looks like there is a 10 seconds difference between this and the actual stream. So that's good to know. I usually don't have that big of a delay, but hey, uh things change when you start using a new thing. So now we have a title for the show, the Friday show. I'm going to do a Friday show probably 5:30 my time every week. Um the plans for the show are just going to be basically what it says. Me rambling. I want to talk about stuff that interests me, like US women's hockey winning the gold medal. Uh talk about what's going on with my show. Uh, well, really, my not as much my show, but what's going on with the new series that I'm doing on the show about like sports anime and what I've gotten so far out of the show that I'm watching like next week or not next week's, but the week after is all about the mountain climbing show, which was requested. So we're getting to a point where I have some more requests in there, but I don't want to watch those ones because I've like looked into them and some of them are just definitely not something I want to watch. So I've removed that from mine. So where here's the chat. Okay. So I kind of removed those from mine. I think the next one we're going to do after that one, unless there is a request that like is get some like thumbs up or it's a good series for like a 12 episode anime. I'll probably do Cinderella 9 because I want to do a baseball one. I want to talk about baseball. So especially with spring training starting, and I'm going to a spring training game on Sunday. So yeah, so it's just going to be me rambling on. And the funny thing is the word rambling means like it's all over the place. There's no like real point to it. So the ramblings of Biggles is perfect because I ramble on and I don't always know what I'm talking about. And sometimes I do know what I'm talking about because I look it up. So one of the things I wanted to talk about are some of the things I bookmarked. So I have bookmarked stuff on here. So we're going to ignore this clip of me. Uh, but no, okay. So Dan Machi, is it wrong to pick up a girl in the dungeon? Got announced a sixth season. So I watched this show. I like this show. It is not showing on screen because I fucking suck at life apparently. Um, let's can I? Okay, there. Now I don't have to see LeBron James. All right. So so we got season 6. Oh my god. We have season 6 coming out. This is why there was no show on Monday. And this is why Crimson recorded for me because I'm just coughing and dying every chance I get. Um so season 6 is coming. Season 5, uh if I remember right. What up, Chunk? Hi, Chunk. Uh season 6 is coming out and season 5 basically ended. I think they fought the dragon. Was that in season 5 or season 4? And they like took on Freya and all this stuff. So there's a whole bunch of crazy shit that they have to catch up on. But with Chunk here, let's go to this one. All right, so Pokemon is back. They are doing the thing for Fire Red and Leaf Green. For those of you that don't know, Charizard is actually the worst starter you can choose uh, in this version of the game because they added types and he sucks. So don't be fooled. Bulbasaur is the best, and then Squirtle, and then Charizard is last. Hello, Marcel. Well, I am still coughing up a lung. So I will be coughing throughout the stream, and I'll try to mute. Uh, Yes, but Charizard actually sucks in this game. For those of you that don't know, but they just brought it back. I guess it's like $20. I do have these both on emulators, and I'm seeing some of the people like that are talking about this cry that it's not on the subscription. Like you have the subscription and you can go to the emulators that they have on there and play it on the emulator. And it's like it's $50. It's literally $50 to have it like all year, I think. So instead of just paying $20, like if I want to play this game whenever the fuck I want, as many times as I want, I'm not paying for that subscription. Uh yeah, much better in the Gen 3 remake. Um so fire starters have basically sucked ass throughout most of uh most of whatever. Charizard was shit in the original game, much better in the Gen 3 remake. When is this coming out? I think next week, February 27th. So next week, after the Pokemon Presents. Um, but no, he actually got worse in Fire Red because of they added typings, and it just made him even weaker. So he's actually worse in this version than the original game. Uh, like especially against gym leaders and the Elite Four. Uh and I think Charizard is also like one of the most overrated Pokemon. Uh he just has some of the coolest forms and some of the coolest designs, which is fine, but like he sucks. But yeah, so this comes out next week. It's like $20. People are crying because it's it's more like an emulation than a port, which is kind of funny because I already have this on an emulator, so I I don't really need to buy this. There's no online, so like no trading, but it's supposedly going to be home compatible eventually. So you can just like trade through your home if you have both of them. Right? So people are like crying that it's $20 for the digital copy and they're like it should just be on the subscription. Um and it really there's no point in having it on a subscription. And the reason why there's no point on having it on the subscription is it costs more money in the long run to have it on the subscription than to just do a one-time purchase. Um, so there's that. And then yeah, so I actually am probably going to see look, what's wrong with putting it out on this? You see that? Uh what's wrong with putting it out on this? Because that's going to pay more or it's going to cost you more money in the long run, dude. But people are calling this bad practices by Pokemon. And Dermy Wormy has like probably the best post on this. He's like, they finally did something that people wanted, and now everybody's crying that it's this. And honestly, I think people are upset because it's not a physical copy. But literally, you can buy the game, and then if you're smart, you can like put it on a ROM yourself. Um, which you can do with a lot of shit, which is how we got the old games emulated anyways. But yeah, I saw this. I if it had online, I'd probably buy it just so I could be like, all right, let me have some like Pokemon battles with like Chunk or whoever else who gets it, you know? All right, let's go back to bookmarks. I'm just going to remove the ones after I talk about them. Um, have you have you guys seen this? Uh I should be okay to play it because it's not like copyright. Let me know if you can hear this.
As I walk
Oh shit, that's really loud on my side.
through the city overrun by the left,
Can you guys hear that? This is Donald Trump doing like gangster paradise, but for like uh like I thought this was hilarious when I first saw it. Was that too loud? Uh Hopefully it's not too loud. You hear it? Okay.
I take a look at Tim Walsh and realize he's so inept, cause he's been scheming and frauding so long that even Melania thinks he's a big ding dong, but I
Like he's making fun of the Tim Walsh fraud shit. It's just fucking hilarious to me.
never crossed a lib who didn't deserve it. Now you get called out by Trump, I hope that it's worth it. You got my ICE agent stressing with your protesting, so please follow orders or they'll be arrested. I hate to power.
All right, I don't want to go through like the whole song, but that's just like a thing. If you want, I can like if you want, I can post the tweet in the chat. So like if you want, you can I'll post the link in the chat. So if you want, you can go check that out. Like the whole song. Did you see the one of someone made where he's singing in the tune to Backstreet Boys? No, I haven't, but I've been watching the ones of Arnold Schwarzenegger like singing uh Careless Whisper and and Just Lose It by Eminem, and I should have bookmarked those. There's a whole bunch of funny shit on here. All right. Shangri-La Frontier has officially entered production for the third season. So I hyped. I want to watch this battle arc where they're fighting in the tournament and then see what happens with the is it a fish? What? No, it's an octopus, right? What it or a squid. It's a clipped it from Jeremy Stream when he played it. Dude, the AI like the AI music stuff is fucking hilarious, man. Like I can't help it. But Shangri-La Frontier season 3, like oh yeah, man, I love this fucking show. Um this reminds me of just playing WoW all fucking day. Is oh my dog is crying outside. This silly dog tricks are for kids. Um and I can't fucking wait, man. So there's Shangri-La Frontier. So this so as we know, Himmel the hero will help out everyone from Freerid. And I tried to find like I forgot to bookmark all the other ones, but it's like everybody is like cosplaying as Himmel and then fucking helping out like other people because they're like, that's what Himmel will do. So this Vietnamese guy, he cosplays as Himmel, and he put out a fire because Himmel would put out the fire. You know, that's what Himmel will do. And there was another one I think where a cosplayer as Himmel stopped like a theft because you know Himmel would have stopped that theft. So I think this is awesome. Himmel is over here. Uh, Himmel, my dog is just crying like a little baby. Stop crying, doggy. Uh, Himmel is the role model that people needs. You know, goes out of his way to help people in need. So be like Himmel and help out wherever you can. All right. Has did any of you guys play Unreal Tournament 2004? Uh so I think the original this person is saying like, "Oh, they ripped off Halo." Uh I used to play the 2001 Unreal Tournament and I think there was another one before it, but then 4 came out and it was just fucking awesome. So I might actually go on here and you played Unreal Tournament 3 for a little bit. Dude, I loved Unreal Tournament. It was so much fun. I might actually go here and download it and play. So I'll leave this here for now. But I fucking love it. Okay, so I just rewatched Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I have been reading the manga for this. Uh, I love Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, and season 2 is now finally officially confirmed, and, we don't have a date yet. There were rumors that it was coming back and it was going to be in, production, but now it is officially confirmed that is coming out. Uh, I love, Inukami. She's best girl. Rose is fucking awesome too. I love everything about this show. I just rewatched it again. Like I saw this news and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." And then I fucking watched or rewatched it, started reading the manga again and like to hype myself up for season 2. Uh oh, that is the Fox girl. I was like, "Weird. I don't see the Fox girl here." For a second I thought that was the princess. Uh but they're all going out there. Manga is also great for this one. Really looking forward to season 2. Yeah, Marcel, this is my like my favorite isekai. Um, well, Trapped in a Dating Sim is my favorite isekai, but like that is like as a franchise, and this is as like an anime because I this anime is better than the Trapped in the Dating Sim anime, especially because the Trapped in the Dating Sim anime takes out like some of the world building and stuff that's in like the light novels and then the manga. Uh, so I'm hoping season 2 of Trapped in a Dating this is going to be awesome. Mine is Overlord, but it is up there. So my thing on Overlord is I like Overlord. It gives me the like the world building of like an MMO and like all that stuff that I actually really like. But I hate how every fucking character I like, fucking Ainz and them have to like kill them or get them killed. And I'm like, oh, why? Why would you? Why stop killing all the characters I like? But other than that, I think Overlord's a lot of fun. So I will remove this now. All right, Reborn as a Vending Machine gets a third season. All right, Reborn of a Vending Machine is nuts. Okay, I don't know what it is about this show. Uh, yeah, yeah, but there was also like the party adventure party before that and a bunch of other stuff. So um, I don't know what it is about this show. But, like, everybody wants to fuck this damn vending machine. There's, like, the episode in season 1 where he's like, "Oh, just have them use condoms so they don't kill each other with diseases by fucking each other. This way you stop AIDS. Ha ha." Right? And then, like, season 2, he's like a combatant vending machine, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" Uh, so I'm kind of excited for season 3. But I have to say, this is like the fucking weirdest fucking anime ever. Oh, and I have a Boxo Nendroid, so I do have merch from this show, and I got it just to troll someone. Um, so yeah, there's going to be more of Trapped or Reborn as a Vending Machine, and I'm going to watch it. But this show makes me facepalm so much. Like I don't know what it is about this show. It's just fucking nuts. And then I think one of the things that, like, makes me laugh about it is, how much Sporking loves that anime. So there's that. Okay. Um, Reincarnated as a Sword season 2. We're going to get more information on it on March 28th at Anime Japan. So March 28th, set your calendars. We'll probably get a day for when, Reincarnated as a Sword season 2 comes out. Um, this one has like the English dub has a lot of swearing and like the sub doesn't. And I like how the sword is like, all right, Fran, I am your teacher now. I am like your guardian. I am the adult that saves you. And Fran's a cool little badass, so I kind of like this one. I'm not really into like cat girls, but this is a fun anime. I like the sword, so we'll get more information on it on March 28th. All right, so I want to talk about this. So women's hockey is kind of fucking awesome. Uh, think of men's hockey as like pure chaos because of how fast it is, but like women's hockey is like the beauty of it. Like it's not as chaotic, so you can follow it. You can really see like the technique and all the skills that they have to use. And they fucking beat Canada. So fuck you, Canada. USA, USA, USA. There was also the first like black girl to win a uh hockey medal because if there hockey's not usually a sport. Like even in the men's like NHL, there's like maybe 5 or 10 players. Um, but yeah, USA, USA. So the girls won. Now Canada and men, or Canada and US for the men are going to get against each other on Sunday. Uh, so I will be watching that early in the morning to see who wins. But the girls won in overtime. Fucking crazy game. Crazy game, and they beat Canada twice this year. So it's some nice revenge for the last time they were just talking shit. Oh, and this is I know some people that work here, so shout out to them. Oh wait, no, I don't want to go to my things. Oh no. Okay, where's my bookmarks? That's okay. You shouldn't be able to read any of those anyways. All right. I made a list. It says, what's the most unfun game mechanics? Now I said I'm going to skip the unfun. All right. I'm going to ignore it and I'm just going to make a list. So this is going to be one of my ramblings. All right. I say weapon durability is fine in Fire Emblem. Uh I'm going to okay, right? So I have no problem with weapon durability. Uh in a lot of games it gives you or in a lot of games, it gives you options to force you to use other weapons like Fire Emblem. So I actually like it in Fire Emblem. And then Fire Emblem was like, okay, now we're going back to where you can't use other weapons like we did it before. And I was like, oh man, I wanted to, but now they're like, here's classes that can use multiple weapons. Which was like, okay, that I'm cool with that. All right. So what my first thing, level scaling. What is the point of grinding and playing a game if I feel weaker afterwards? Listen, if those level 1 boars from uh Elven or Elwyn Forest or whatever. No, let's do the fucking boars, the boars from the Barrens, right? In oh wait, no, what is the first fucking WoW orc starting zone? What the fuck is that called? Duratar? Yeah, Duratar. Okay. So you have the fucking boars in Duratar, right? Those level ones, right? You kick the shit out of them, you gain level 2, right? Now they're level 2. And then you just keep fighting them. And now they're fucking you get to level 10, you walk back into the Barrens, which is a starting zone. So you should be able to fucking like one shot them. Nope, they're level 10 again, which means they're just going to follow you and fight you and do more damage. And you're like, fuck, man, like this is stupid. Like I hate level scaling. Like I should be able to walk in, one shot those boars, and keep walking, right? But with everything scaling to you, it's like If I don't have better weapons, I'm weaker, right? I can no longer walk through this boss that I used to fucking one shot. And now that I'm at a higher level and worse items, I'm weaker. Like I don't like level scaling. Level scaling is dumb. Okay. Long boss fights for no reason. Uh Octopath Traveler 2 did this all the time. And then if you got past a certain like level, like like a certain turn, then they start doing insanely crazy stuff and just like killing you. And you're like, what the fuck is this? This is some bullshit. Right. So that would be fucking annoying. But let's read what I wrote. Why does this boss has 5 health bars to go through? Uh then the boss gets stronger the longer the fight goes on. Like, okay, so as you guys know, I love those turn-based games. I love like the tactical games. Persona 5 Tactica, which is the tactical base version of Persona 5. The last boss fight is like an hour long and you just have to run around doing jack shit to like avoid its mechanics and then run back in. So you're literally spending most of your time running and running back and then you do damage and then you have to run away again. It's a long boss fight for no fucking reason. Um and okay, speaking of long boss fights for no fucking reason, Trails of Cold Steel, which 2, Cold Steel 2. You're in these long ass fights and then it's like, "Oh, you didn't actually beat him. Now you have to go." It's like, why am I wasting so much fucking time in these long ass mech battles that take forever and sometimes I don't even actually win the fight and then they run away. It's like what is this what is the point of these really long boss fights for no fucking reason? Like it doesn't make sense that I have to go through and do like 15, 20 turns uh because there's no way to increase your damage enough to just like blow right through them. And then it's like in those ones they'll go multiple times before you, so even if you debuff them, the debuff falls off. And you're like, this is fucking stupid. Okay, so this one I put damage caps. All right, and I know Chunk plays uh, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink with me, and we're going to play the expansion when it comes out. Um, but I have to waste my build items to put on things to raise my damage cap level. Let me just build the most OP fucking build I want so I don't have to keep changing these damage caps and fucking wasting items on builds. Why do I have to build damage cap items? Let me do some fun builds without wasting a bunch of items for damage cap spaces. That's what I put for my rant there. Uh, like I want to build the most overpowered build. And if I have to waste 4 of my slots to build that overpowered thing for damage cap, I'm just like, well, this is dumb. So that's my one bad thing about that game. I don't even care that the RNG is fucking bonkers. Uh I want to be able to build damage and just fucking blow through people. Um, okay, so this one is 100% Kaiju number 8, the game's fault. Um, taking damage lowers your score. And I wrote, I'm looking at you, Kaiju number 8, the game. You make every boss fight now AoE damage dealers, and one of them is so fast he attacks before shields can be applied. It's dumb. All right, so what they do is they they had a mode, they added a story mode that when you redo the things, you have to fight the boss fight, right? And you have to get a certain score. Well, you lose scores if you don't crack them. So you can't kill them fast enough. Otherwise, you lose points for not breaking their shields, right? So you'll lose points for that. Then they have uh, any damage you take, you can't you lose score. So you have to take Commander ISO or ISA because he has shields. And if you don't have a high enough thing, the shields don't automatically apply, right? So you're constantly applying his shield so you don't take damage. Well, some of them go before that, so they actually break the shield, and they all have AoE attacks now. So it's like just if thing connects without your shield, you can't get an S rank. And then they added a new character that automatically takes damage and when you do it, and you can only unlock their fire ability by using it. Now, if that didn't go against the thing, I would be fine. But you can't even use that character in it, even though the character is specifically designed to fuck up that boss. So I think it's the stupidest thing ever where you lose your score for taking damage. Uh especially when everything is AoE and uh you only have one tank that can shield everyone. And he's not even like set up to do anything else but shield. So and then it's like you have to get it in a certain turn. Well, I can't get it in a certain turn because I can't buff anybody because I have to take the shield guy, and then you're just like, oh man, this fucking sucks. I can't do my max damage and pull that out because I I have to use this one character because I don't have that. Okay, this next one is going to be like, all right, so I play Cold Steel, right? Cold Steel has what, 9 characters? It has Reen, Elisa, Fee, Laura, Emma, Gaius, Elliot, Shitface Machias, um, Sarah, Crow, sometimes Angelica, which is 11, sometimes Toa, which is 12. Um, am I missing anyone? Millium. So that's 13 characters, right? Well, uh, Cold Steel does a good job at like sometimes you only have 5 people with you, but sometimes you have 6 people with you and you can only have a party of 5. I'm like, well, they're literally with me. Why can't I use them? So party limitations. If my party that follows me the whole game is 10 people, I would like to be able to use any of those 10 people at any time. Only getting 4 and then not being able to switch without losing the current fight I'm in. Because there's one monster only or you run into can only be defeated by one person is annoying. That's what sucks about these. I have they can break you, but they can only break you if you have like a certain character, which is fucking annoying because Cold Steel does that. Kaiju number 8, the game does that. Um, fucking. Um, I had another example that I just fucking Octopath Traveler does that. The Persona 5 does that. Metaphor Refantasio does that. So it's like there's a whole bunch of games where they have like a whole cast of characters, but if you don't have that character in your group at that time, you can't break this one, and you have to hope that you have one for Joker, right? Um, so it fucking sucks. Um, I love turn-based games now, but have a game with swap mechanics, like Octopath Traveler Zero has like you can swap out like 10 at a time, I think, because you have a party of 5 and then 5 backups, right? So you have 10. But that game also has like 40 fucking characters. So like if I'm running around with 40 fucking characters, I want to be able to use all fucking 40, you know. Uh but I understand like if you swap them out then you can not like you can it makes the game a lot easier. But listen, if I'm running around with a group of 10 people, I want to be able to use those 10 people, right? There's no reason for me to have like a party of 10 and I'm stuck using 4 people, and then the other 4 that I want to use can't heal. All right, this next one fucking pisses me off. So I put can't remove attachments. Back for Blood did this, and I hated it. When I got the chance to ask one of the devs, because I have a friend who was friends with the devs and interviewed them. Uh, they said we don't want you to play the same way each time. And I said, what if that's how I have fun being able to min max? Not being able to min max because you can't fucking remove an item and put it on a different thing is fucking annoying. I hate that shit. Why can't I remove my attachment? I put this attachment on here. Let me fucking remove it and put it on something else. If you say it's because oh, we want you to have a different experience each time you play. Why the fuck do I want what why would I play a game for a different experience every time? I'm obviously playing the game because I like the experience that I'm having. Now, if I don't like the experience, that's going to cause me to fucking leave the game. And guess what I did? I left that fucking game because I was not enjoying it. Because half the time I'd get fucking uh leading into my next rant, weapon rarity. I would get items that are like, oh, this is a green item, so it sucks compared to this purple. Why the fuck am I playing a game where I need to get rarities on my weapons? How is a baseball bat going to be different if it's a different color? Like, is it like an oak bat? Is it a metal bat? Like, what's the difference? Like sure, I can get more power out of the aluminum bat because it doesn't bend, so it can go better. But like, and the aluminum bat's not going to break as much. But what's the point? Like, if I have an aluminum bat and a wooden bat, like I would assume the wooden bat will break sooner. But these games don't break, right? And they don't actually have any different cut. Like, you don't actually see a difference in the weapon. They're literally the same weapon. It's just this one does more damage because it's purple. Like, I understand. Like, it's fine in an MMO, right? We want max here and something to work for it. In a BR, it's fucking stupid. Games fighting off zombies, fucking stupid. Oh look, an M16 here. Oh look, a stronger M16. Oh look, the strongest M16. They're all the fucking same gun. It's fucking stupid. Now, fucking uh uh Ultimate Rumble, the My Hero Academia. Like, you had to level up your fucking skills. Why am I leveling up my skills? Like my skills should just be my skills should level as I level, but because there's no leveling system in that, it's just oh, I find cards. Okay, that was fucking stupid too. That's like weapon rarity. All right, 8. Puzzles. Okay, I might be a little harsh on the puzzles, but if I'm playing an action game, I don't want to stop for a fucking puzzle. All right, why the fuck am I'm in the middle of combat. I'm having so much fun. I finished the combat, and now I have this fucking puzzle that I have to figure out. And I have to look at every fucking space in the room to try to figure out where this puzzle connects, what I'm doing, and then go in, find the puzzle, and then go back to it. And I'm like, well, I just fucking wasted 30 minutes of my time. I wanted to play real shit, and here I am fucking wasting my time with a puzzle. Now I've heard Beardo say like talk about puzzles, like he likes stopping for puzzles, but I don't want to fucking stop for a puzzle, man. I want to continue my action. Why the fuck am I playing a hack and slash where I gotta fucking solve a puzzle? All right, escort missions. They move too slow and always get themselves in the way. Like speaking of Beardo again, I was watching him play Resident Evil, and he had to like escort Ashley, and she was just walking really slow and walking into things and dying. So I'm like, that's the kind of shit I hate. Listen, I'm on an escort mission. Let them move as fast as I move, and let them stay on my butt. Right? They should be right behind me at all times. Not like running into the boss and getting fucking one shot. You know, like the fuck are you doing, dumb bitch? I hate escort missions. Escort missions are one of the worst gaming because they'll be like, all right, this one is faster than your walk, but slower than your run. And then if you go too far, they're like, help me, come back, help me. Uh, Also, escort missions. There was this one escort mission in Shadowlands with Skizzles, uh, and Skizzles saw someone that he wanted to kill. So instead of finishing the escort mission with us, he ran off to kill like an alliance character, and then he couldn't finish the escort quest, and then he couldn't get back to the start of the escort quest. And it made him rage quit, and he quit the fucking expansion like within the first leveling stages. So I didn't get to play with Skizzles because of that fucking shit. All right, 10. In turn based games, massive amounts of reinforcements. Now, what I mean by this is you're playing a level and then they just keep adding new units to come in because they're like, all right, we're trying to force you to speed run this objective, right? Why is this a problem? I tend to want to eliminate everyone off the map on my way to the objective, right? I want to kill everybody. Now, the reason why I do this is in my head. I think I'm not going to have to fight those guys later on, even though that's not how it works because all the levels are pre-designed and everything. Uh, and that's what I want to do. Now they get a massive amounts of reinforcements, and I was like, man, I have to kill 10 more guys. And then I go and kill those guys on my way to the objective because I'm like, all right, let me do it. And then they just keep getting more and more and more. And I'm like, man, I'll never get to kill all these fucking units. And then like my characters are taking damage for no fucking reason. And I was like, uh, now I it's ruining my fun. I want to be able to kill all of them. um, uh, so that's my biggest thing. Like I'm just wasting my time now trying to kill everybody, and it kind of sucks. So let me that I believe that is my last bookmark. Boom. I'm leaving that one because I want to do that. I'm leaving this. No, I don't need that one. Okay. And then this is me saying you don't have to wash your hands if you don't touch your wiener. All right. So there's that. Let's stop this share screen and let me talk about this anime. So Legends of Cold Steel. After you beat the first two games, there is a anime about it. Now, these are the Northern Jaegers. If you remember from the lore, the Normer or the Northern Jaegers are who Duke Albrea's uses to like raise Keldic when they lit Keldic on fire and causing all the fires and ruining the city uh, to kind of like draw out Reen and all them. So the Northern Jaegers are there. So they have this whole place where this is where the Northern Jaegers start. They save this thing. There was a giant salt thing turned everybody to salt, which was really weird. Um, and so there's this town, and they're trying not to get taken over by the Empire. So they go on a mission, and they try to find out who Reen is. You know, the main character of the Cold Steel games, and they meet Reen. Reen saves this girl. She's like the daughter of the daughter of one of the leaders. Hi, Spirian, how are you? She's like the daughter of one of the leaders. Supposedly, her father killed Sarah's father. You know, Instructor Sarah, but it wasn't actually him. It was a kid. But he took the blame for it instead. And this whole anime is unnecessary. Um, it doesn't like good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Uh, let's see. Let's add my review. Let's add my review. I'm going to give it a 66, no 67. All right. Is there any graphic language? Not that I can remember. Not that I can remember. There's a bit of violence. There's a lot of fighting and killing. Let's just go whatever. Nudity or sexuality. Not that I can think of. Political bias. None. Empire is bad. Northern Jaegers good. So they say. Okay. Is it family friendly? Yeah, you can watch it. Yeah, you can watch it with kids. It's a bit. It's pretty fun. Um, so basically, what I'm saying is this anime is based off the games, right? And it's what's happening. So they annex Crossbell, and then they're trying to make it so they're not annexed. And then there's this one guy who is like the strongest, and then the captain is like power hungry, and then it's it's kind of fucked. Um. Oh, and Elliot's voice actor is not the same. And I don't know if Sean is Reen because he kind of sounds different than normal Reen. Um, if you play the game, this has some good information and world building that assists with the game. If you didn't if you didn't play the games, I probably wouldn't recommend the anime. It doesn't really do a good job explaining everything. If you didn't play the games, you would need to play at least Cold Steel 2 to know what the fuck is going on. What the heck is going on? Uh, uh, Glad I got to see Sarah again in here. Oh, wait, Sarah again in here. But no Laura or Emma, and Alicia is in it for a second, running with Sharon. So you don't get the characters you like, and you don't get great new characters to actually care about. I have played the games, so this was a fun little thing for me, but not something I would say you should watch. All right, that's my review. Publish. But yeah, overall, this anime was kind of fun. Uh, you don't really get to see like all the cool powers that they use in the show or in the game. So like this was just kind of like a giant letdown for me because I was hoping to get like some of the characters from it like more often. Like when they were talking about Sarah's dad, I was hoping we would get more than Sarah for like because Sarah gets like maybe 3 sentences, and I'm like, oh, because Sarah is literally one of the hero's children and was considered a hero herself, and then she left to go be a bracer. Okay, so let's talk about another anime I just recently watched. Uh, Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Now, I don't know who's seen this one, but let me set the stage, right? So this dude right here uh becomes an accidental stalker. He plays her. He's a guy who plays a girl online. Uh this girl is a neat. She quit her job and she plays a guy online. See where this is going? Well, apparently these two also so this is going to be some spoilers. But like you kind of figure this out like very early in the show and then they don't find it out till like 8 episodes later. Um, they actually used to play a different MMO together all the time. Now they play this one all the time and they're like, oh, "I feel like I know you." He and her stay up like all night one night playing games, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? I'll just stay awake and then go to work." Well, he runs in, elbows her in the fucking face, sends her to the hospital. It's like, and then they email each other and like start to like hang out in real life. She gets a haircut. She starts dressing up nice. She stops being such a neat shut in. Uh, but it just gets really it just gets really fucking weird. Okay, hold on. This review contains no additional content. This person was probably right with like a 64. I will actually review it a little bit more. Uh, but the whole thing, this is just fucking crazy. The best part, Ian Sinclair, is this guy's like best friend and like coworker, and he used to talk to her all the time. Uh, Like, used to talk to them all the time. Like, the cashier at the convenience store she goes to is their guild leader. So there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff that makes it, like, really fun if you play MMOs, but it's like, oh my god, this show. I don't even know what to, like. I'll have to figure out how to write this review. Let's do a review. I'm going to give it a 62. It's not as good as the other one that I watched, and it's kind of weird. How much violence is there? Like a little bit, barely anything. Is there any graphic language? I don't remember any. Is there nudity or sex content? A bit. Uh, she takes a shower one time and a bath. That is about it. Covered. Okay. Political bias, none. How much entertainment value? It's kind of fun. It's family friendly, very. Uh, how do I explain this anime? Uh, I'm going to put contain spoiler. This is a spoiler, but you find out very quickly. And if you pay attention, it basically tells you. So these two characters, these two main characters, used to play a game together. Together is one word. Together. Now they play this new game together. Funny enough, they don't know that it is the same person. One dude is playing a chick, and the chick is playing a dude. They become friends. They lie about their gender. Dude basically figures out the girl, or the guy is actually a girl, and they run it, or because he sends her to the hospital because they stayed up too late gaming and ran into each other, elbowing her in the face. Overall, this show is fucking nuts. Or this show is nuts. Uh, it does a lot of weird shit, and it ends at a really weird stopping point. So I don't even know if it's over. I cannot recommend this to anyone. unless 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 oh my god, you like weird animes that don't do a great job at what it is trying to do. Unless this is actually a romance, which maybe I don't know. This fucking show. I don't know what to. I don't know what to say about this show. Uh, Comedy, action, adventure, animation, drama. It doesn't even say it's a fucking what's it called. So I shall go ahead and do that now. I have talked about this uh, a little bit. Crimson's reviewed it, um, but Ascendance of a Bookworm. I have reviewed it. I have talked about it. So let me read my review. So Ascendance of the Bookworm, the third season is coming. Or no, sorry. The fourth season is coming out in April. So to prepare for it, I watched the three seasons, and I am very sad. I'm very sad that this character is probably not going to be in the new seasons because they ended the whole first arc, and now there's a different set to come, and it's all because of the guy who's not on here. This guy's brother, right? Okay. Um, and my favorite characters are leaving because of what happened at the very end. So I'm not going to. I like Tuli's my favorite character, and she's going to be gone. The big sister. All right, let me read my review before I get sad. Okay. Uh, as I'm getting ready for the new season of the show, I jumped right into this, knowing nothing other than the main character likes books. Our main character gets isekai'd into this world into a family of four. This show can get pretty emotional because of how well the characters and the family dynamics work throughout the show. The world building feels like it comes through more through the merchant side than the social side of the show. However, it does mention nobles a lot in a bad light. One of the things that bugs me a little is sometimes we will get three episodes that are like a span of a day, and then we'll get an episode that could be weeks at a time without a time jump, and it's just showing multiple events in the day throughout the episode. It gets a little confusing to keep track how fast the show is and the showtime is going. Other than that, I think it's well put together, fun, sad, and entertaining moments. One can easily say this is not isekai slop. I gave it an 89. Crimson gave it in the 90s, and A Money Wilson gave it 100. Um, now, I I do not think it's as good as they say it is, but it is pretty good. Um, like the nobles suck. Uh, you get a lot of interesting characters. You get a really fun family dynamic. This girl's whole goal is to make books, and she does a bunch of stuff. Some of the characters know that she's reincarnated. Uh, he only knows because he used some magic item on her. Uh, Unfortunately, like because of how the end of season 3 happened, I am very sad that like my favorite group of core characters and the part that I like the most is probably going to be gone. Um, and if they run into them, they're not even allowed to interact like how they used to. So that really soured me and made me a little bitter, which is probably why I only put it as an 89. Uh, but otherwise, this is like a really solid anime. It literally did something that made me upset at the end, so I scolded it and moved it down from above a 90. Uh, but yeah, that's like all I had planned for. Does anybody have anything they want to ask or like or talk about. I am no longer going to MegaCon. I have had some health issues and then some family stuff, and then my move got pushed back again. What the hell just happened? Okay. My move got pushed back again, so the week of MegaCon is going to be like my move. Yeah, I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. But I don't want to go there if I've been like sick all this time, and I'm trying to like avoid going like a lot of places while I'm sick. Um, but yeah, my move got pushed back, so uh, I'll probably be still setting up my house when MegaCon is here. So I would like to be able to have my house all set up beforehand. And then oh, you're moving, you're getting there next week. Awesome. That means your transfer went through and you have everything set up for your dialysis. That's awesome, man. Um, I'm glad to hear that. Um, so I we also got a new employee at work who is actually one of my friends. So I'll be training him like the 2 weeks before MegaCon, and then I'm just going to like stay around so I can help him like over the like I'm still taking the days off. Like less days off, but I'm still taking 2 of the days off. But I want to be available if he needs me because it's going to be his first week on his own. Uh although he's an extremely smart person, so I have no doubts that he'll figure it out like super fast. Um so I'm like so I want to be there just in case. So I am not going to MegaCon, and those are basically the reasons why. Um, and let's see what else. Uh, there was no free read this week. Oh yeah, let's. I know what we can do. We can talk about this for a little bit, because we haven't had the breakdown in 2 weeks because I have been sick and haven't been able to talk. So I will share my screen. Um, uh, this one, the Demon King's daughter is too kind. Is probably why is it not showing? Is probably the most adorable anime I have ever watched. Uh, sh- Dokes is just adorable. Jahi has like all these anxieties and everything, and she's just trying to be. I like how it's like a babysitting thing, and then there's all these little songs and stuff that she'll sing, and it's super cute, super fun. There isn't one. Talking about Freerin, what did you think of the last episode? Well, there wasn't an episode today. Um, was that the date? Was the last episode the date one where Fern and Stark went on the date? Stark does not like apply himself for changing clothes when he's on a date. Poor grumpy cat. Poor grumpy cat. Uh, right? Was that the date one? What was the last episode? What was the last episode? Was that the last episode? Rambling. Yeah, I'm rambling on. Uh, I ramble a lot. Oh, okay. Slave Freerin. That was this week's episode. Okay, so Freerin's a slave. They're like, "I'm sorry, Freerin, you're going to have to work in the mines." She's like, "I have to be a miner for 300 years," and they're like, "What?" And then I think I forget how they get out of it, but then they run into that guy, and one of the elves trolled them, basically saying, uh "It's the best alcohol ever," and then they all had it, and they're like, "Oh, this is awful," and they're like, "Well, it's worth laughing with my friends." It was an okay episode. You get like a little war building, uh, and you see, yeah, it was an okay episode. It was nothing awesome, but it was fine. Nothing that made me want to be like, oh yeah, like this is top Freerin. Like it was just an okay episode. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I didn't like this episode at all. Weakest episode by far for me. Yeah, it's probably the lowest episode for me. I could probably rate it like the lowest one. Um, and literally the only like it stuck to the theme, right? But it was nothing. We did medalist of what's his name? Crimson recorded for me. But Holy Grail of Eris is fucking awesome. I'm loving how it's like a villainous story, and I'm loving how the mystery is happening. I'm loving how this dude he's like supposed to be like this black-hearted dude, and he's always there for her when like to save her. Uh I like how this conspiracy theories are going on throughout the thing. I like how the whores were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to put a stop to this shit," you know. They were like, "Let's fuck them up." The escorts. Um, Also, an adorable fucking show. Wash it all away. This little girl right here, one of the best characters of the season. And then she like helps out some. They're like, "You need a face note," which is just like Facebook. And she helps out somewhat influencer without knowing it because she just fucking sent her a thing and fixed her hat, and then everybody's like, "Oh my god, you fixed that influencer!" And then now she's just getting like a little crazy. Yeah, there's so many people in the Holy Grail of Eris, and sometimes when I watch like mystery books, I just want to like go to my notebook, like my little notebooks, and just like be like, "All right, I have like all this information about the characters." Like sometimes I just like take notes on the shows, so I like really know what's going on. Tojima wants to be a common writer. I'm so glad they've gotten back to Tojima, and V3's back, and they just fucking punch the shit out of the dude. Like, thank you, Tojima, for going back to things I like about this show. Sentenced to be a hero. Terroritza is basically a doggy. Only wants pets, and for some reason, it's not opening. Scum of the Brave is so much fun. Aki is one of my favorite characters in the entire season. Oh, here we go. Uh, I really like what they're doing with this show. This show's a lot of fun. But Scum of the Brave, now he's over here training. They ran into these people, so like I think this is a Saturday show. So I'm like super hyped for tomorrow to see the fight between these other people that just walked in. I like how this character doesn't have like any flaws in combat, but is like it's is like dumb everywhere else. And then Aki's just really fucking dumb and has tons of flaws. And then the delinquent princess, she's called, she's like she just goes to try to beat them in one swing. So I really love the cast of characters and how this show is done. I wouldn't be surprised if after this episode I move this up higher. Uh Yeah, Yogami is hilarious. Just her face cracks me up already, dude. She's such a nut, man. Aki is such a nut. I love her. Like it's great. I can't help but enjoy that character. Vigilantes. Um, I'm actually going to move Vigilantes down a little bit because I don't give a shit about Aizawa's Aizawa's like backstory and all them. Like I don't give a shit. This is called Vigilantes. Let me know about fucking uh Pop, Knuckle Duster, and the Crawler. Sorry, the Crueler. But yeah, I'm moving it down. I don't give a shit about like their backstory. Like I could figure out their backstory just from the fucking uh main anime when they just talked about it. I don't need fucking 3 episodes of it. Alright, but fucking hilarious that, they had Prince as their fucking, hero for their party. Alright, there was a cute girl in the hero's party, so I tried confessing to her. This shit is funny. I laughed my ass off at this show. Like, this one was the Valentine's Day, and it just turns out that it was a girl that looked like a boy that was like, "I fucking hate men because he declined my chocolates because I'm a tomboy." And then, like, everybody's getting chocolates. There's, like, the hero's getting a bunch from everybody else, and then the mage is like, "I made you chocolates," and he eats it, and he's like, "This is great," and it looks like it's biohazard, like, this one's just a lot of fun. I can't help but enjoying this. Like, even Duke, the Ua or, Duan got chocolates, so it was this show's just it's just fun. It, like, th there's nothing special about the writing. Uh, the characters aren't like, "Oh, man, these are well-crafted, fun characters," or well-crafted characters. They're not, but they're fun. They're a lot of fun, so I really enjoyed that one. Demon King's daughter is so fucking cute, I might die. This one is actually pretty adorable too. It had a little weird shit with, uh it had a little weird shit with the like, her becoming a succubus and, like, transforming into, like, an adult at night, but because they literally keep her in her kid form 99% of the time, and there's nothing, like, weird about it, she's, like, so fun. This one knows how to read, and this one, like, didn't know how to do anything, so they really, like, were working so hard to be, like to help out at the adventuring guild while Hajime was working, like, I don't know, I really love this one. It's so cute. I also thought Vigilantes is a prequel to One Punch Man. The Prince guy reminded me a lot of Puri Puri Prisoner before he got arrested. You know, uh, the Prince guy basically dies. Um, but I love how my hero Vigilantes has fucking Prince, and then fucking Demon Slayer has fucking Michael Jackson. Easygoing territory defense. I actually really like this one. Uh, the countess goes to the or not countess. What is she? A knight? I don't know. This one's just fun. I like how he's able to use like his ability to try to fight off and help. Um, tortures. This episode had like women in it, so I know Muffler Tape's going to be upset because there was women in it. Oh, I like the rampart. Oh yeah, when he makes the joke where her ramparts are like going crazy, and then he's just talking about her giant titties. Like, uh, reincarnated as a dragon hatchling. I am now at the point where there was no more of the manga uh when I was reading this, so I am now like the anime is what I have, so I can probably continue reading the manga, which I probably will after the season ends. Um, now that there's a lot more, but I am now at the point where I don't know what will happen next. And I just really like this one because I really like the manga, and it's a fun story. He's got his little waifu right here, you know. Um, it's great. Hell mode. Hell mode I keep having fun with every week. Um, I like how he's like a manservant now, so he has like he's part of the family. And this is the girl that I thought she had silver hair. But this is definitely it's the same design, it looks like, is, the girl that he's, like, working for, like, the Baron's daughter, because she's a mage too, and it just said so, like, this hasn't happened yet, this is probably going to be when they're 12, because you have to be adventurous when you're 12. So they might do another time jump to get to this point. But so far it's pretty fun. I've been enjoying it. You can't be in a rom com with your childhood friend. How come every time he gets close to a girl, they run away? What is wrong with this dude? Why does he desperately wants to be in a relationship with them, and he kind of this motherfucker's gay. I'm telling you. All right, hell mode. I also went to the manga. It gets pretty interesting, but was a bit war heavy for me. Probably like it because you like Kingdom. Oh, I don't mind war stories. War stories are good. I'm convinced this dude is gay. The funny thing is, someone was saying she's like the really smart one because she was able to uh, figure out the tsunderes, but she wasn't smart enough to figure out that he was talking about Akari and him. And like she kind of thought it was them at the end, but it clearly looked like she had no idea. Now this girl is starting to fall behind, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then this girl hasn't even been introduced yet. Um, Stalker Prince. Now the Fairy King's like, "Oh, you're all mine now." This is getting weird. This is probably the worst villainous show I've ever. No, I take that back. There is a worse villainous show, but this is like bottom two. Um, he does understand the assignment, but he's a fucking weird ass stalker. All right. Jujutsu Kaisen. It's getting weird. I don't know. I don't know how much I want to feel about it. Yeah, I thought she was playing dumb and thought it was hilarious, but she didn't figure it out after all. Kind of disappointed me. I know. I thought maybe she was just like trying to like get him to say like what he was, but then she's just like, "Oh, I'm retarded," and I was like, "It is growing on me." It moved from the very bottom of my list. Um, Jujutsu Kaisen's just like I don't know. Fucking part of me wants to drop it. Shane Soldier, I didn't watch the episode from yesterday. Um, I did have a lot of fun with the Hamari's family arc. Uh, and the mom was just like creeping on him. Like, no, if you're going to like give him a reward, you got to give him a reward. Like, let me show you how it's done. And it's like, and then like the Supreme Commander's like, I fucking, this is basically a hentai now. The story doesn't go anywhere in this entire season. Um, Roll over and die. Pretty interesting, but it's kind of getting really weird with the when they do the lesbian stuff. Um, like it doesn't even it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense, and it's fucking weird when they do it. And like I don't know how many times you have to say their fucking names, but 6 times seems a little excessive. I honestly, I really just want to. I'm watching it to see this guy get his ass kicked, because everybody in the Heroes Party hated this fucking guy, especially when they found out that he fucking sold her into slavery, and I think they all hate him. All right, Jack of all bullshit. Now, this has had its like okay, so I think the dragon fight episode was probably its best episode and worst episode. And then I saw the next episode and I thought the next episode was a better episode narratively. Uh However, everything in the show feels like it was just thrown together just to have like new plot. This feels like it was written by AI trying to hold like a TikTok audience because it changes shit so fast. Every time it introduces lore, it kind of fucks up its own world building. It makes every character in this world seem fucking retarded. These are the only three good characters. I only like these three characters. Um, he talks about how like in this episode, he talked about how uh like how draining and how hard it would be to use all that magic. But it at the start of the episode, he's like, "Oh, I'm glad I don't have like any problems with the magic." But he was just beat up because he fought a dragon, and like it didn't make sense that he beat the dragon. But now there's like a church, and there's a war with the church. They haven't even mentioned the church. What is this war with the church? Okay, now there's this new childhood friend who apparently Urin is dead. Uh, but apparently this other guy's like, "Oh, well, if it wasn't Oliver, was it Urin? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, tell me if he changes in how he behaves." I'm like, "What the fuck is going?" They just throw in so much shit, and like this fucking world building is fucking ass. And I know Arceus likes this show, but it's not very good. I only like it because he's like he's going to be training these ones, and now he's going to be training like a different group. So I actually like the teacher aspect, but the fact that they literally made this girl to be the strongest uh enchanter and has like changed the revolutionized the entire world, and now she's like basically a piece of shit because he's so strong and he's like insult, so she had like a mental breakdown kind of shit. Like I don't get how this fucking show, like who put a thing, this person put an 88. I only saw one episode so far. Wish this episode was longer. Wow. I kind of want to comment on this and be like, this is a fucking awful review. I'm putting a down vote. This this is like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Oh, he created his own spell. Whoa. I downvoted it. That's fucking awful. Sorry, Leon, the sexy sex Kennedy. That's a fucking awful review. Only he only did it on one episode, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to see more." I don't understand the people that like will grade a thing on one episode and then like the rest of it sucks. Like if you watch this show and you actually pay attention to it, they constantly break the fucking lore, and then they fucking add new shit in that just hurts the lore even more. And it's like, so apparently Urin's just naturally strong. He's just a prodigy. And like you find out he's just a prodigy. And Oliver actually sucked. And Oliver got mad at him because Oliver finally beat him. And Urin's like, "Oh, I'm not going to try anymore because you're going to be the hero." Like fucking stupid. I fucking every time I watch another episode, I hate it even more. But because these three characters are so fun, I I'm still watching. And I want to see him teach them to where they grow. Um, but yeah, that's everything I got. All right, this should just be me. Well, that's everything I got to say. Um, I think these will be like maybe like an hour and a half. That way, like if you're busy on a Friday, you can do some other stuff. You can go watch other people because I know a lot of people like to stream on Fridays. I think Arceus is doing a stream on Friday, and I think that starts in like 7 minutes. So I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. Uh, and next week I'll probably have more stuff to ramble about, and I'll see what I find on. Oh wait, before we leave, Chunk has celebrated 5 months and just says later, Biggles. Thank you for the 5 months, Chunk. Actually, hold on. Can I? Oh no, I can't. I've sent them all this month. Okay, so I was going to try to send more. Well, thank you, Chunk. Don't die, Biggles. I would be sad. I'm going to do my best. Surviving. Uh, I'm surviving. Yeah. Okay. Well, bye, everybody. Let me end with we end with Goblin Slayer on the other one. So with let's end this one with Leon.
I've heard enough of this sniveling pageantry, you weaklings! Listen carefully. Fight till you die.